Again that I could be together with you this morning. 2 weeks ago, in the same coffee and fellowship meeting, I was talking about the motivation, the purpose as a ultimate and fundamental strength that you could strive, that you could push beyond the limit for something. When we find out this is really worthy enough for me to suffer all this, and this is really great, then regardless whether I would be successful or not, I would be happy and I will never regret for coming this way. When we are sure of that, then we have basic foundation of all the energy that you can pour into something that has convinced us that it is worthy enough. Today, the second part of all this important thing that allows us to overcome and get the victory in our battle of our heart is important thing is that we cannot do it alone. That is what we need to know. So I don't know if you are familiar with this name, Usain Bolt, who is from Jamaica. He's one of the greatest athletes, 9.58. 9.58. That is the world record. Still nobody could break since he established it. And he was the one that has gotten gold medal, 3 gold medals in 3 Olympics in a row. So total 9 gold medals he got from the Olympic. So I think this kind of record can hardly be broken again, right? One athlete gets 2 gold medal in a row in 2 Olympic. That is really amazing things. But he got 3 gold medal in 3 Olympic games. That means in the 12 years of interval at once. This Usain Bolt, when he first got his gold medal in Beijing Olympic, many people in Jamaica expected that he would get a gold medal. Even the television news report team, live broadcasting team was very near to Usain Bolt's parents' house in the country. Of course, many people in the village, they gathered at his parents' house watching that Olympic game together. And finally, Usain Bolt, he got a gold medal. Everybody was cheering, yeah! At that moment, news reporter, it was a live show. So they opened the door with a camera and announcer, reporter with a microphone and came to the father of Usain Bolt. Congratulations. Yes, you must be very proud of your son. Yes, I'm really happy today. By the way, how do you think that Usain could run so fast? And his father was saying, I don't know. The only thing I know is that he had to run away from police since when he was young every day. That was the comment he gave without knowing that it was a live broadcasting. And we could understand Usain Bolt, he has difficulties. His lifestyle was not well organized. And he loves drinking. He loves the bar. He loves ladies. That was Usain Bolt. All the Jamaican people knows Usain Bolt has that problem. He loves bar, he loves drinking, he loves ladies too much. But even if all the people in Jamaica knows that Usain Bolt has that problem, if Usain, he himself does not know that he has that problem, then it's a serious problem. But even if all the people do not know that Usain Bolt has that problem, if Usain, he himself knows it, he will find a way. So Usain, he doesn't control himself. He was looking for and appointing the people that will have to be in charge and also be responsible for every single matters of himself. Of course, since he got the first gold medal, he earned a lot of money. And when we supported him in 2002, the World Championship Athletes game in Daegu City in South Korea, we were the part of Jamaican delegations and came to Daegu City. But when all the other athletes came with the same airplane, Usain Bolt came with a separate airplane because he had over 30 persons in his team for himself, Usain Bolt alone. He had different managers in most of all different area. So he had his own massager, his own therapist, his own everything. So when we look at how he lives, he doesn't do anything by himself. Of course, sometimes he goes to still go to a party only when his manager allows him. When he do a video game, he loves to do video game before his game. He does it only when his manager allows him to do. So Usain Bolt, knowing that he has some problem, he does not want to remain in control of so many things. He was looking for somebody that will do that for him. So he could get the first gold medal by his own talents and exercise. But what made him be able to get gold medals in 3 different Olympic games in a row? That was impossible without his staffs and managers that would take care of him. And Usain Bolt, he himself voluntarily submitted to all those because he knows all those people are prepared to support him and help him for his success. In our lives, we have very good motive. That is very important. But the second thing is that we ourselves alone cannot do it. So we need help around us. Actually, there is no human being that are good at everything. Just like Usain Bolt, having such a great skill, great talent from the birth, when everybody else has to run 53 steps, Usain Bolt could run it off in 48 steps. It's a very great advantage, but he also had many weakness and lack that he cannot manage himself. Just like him, we have a few good parts that we are very good at, but we have a lot of weakness by nature. Most of the time, our good points are connected to our bad points. Great things are connected to our lack. and weakness. So that's why we need help. I need my wife that is completely different from me. And I need my friends. I need my coworkers. I need many other friends that will have to be together with me. When you look around, we can see God has prepared a lot of people around me that needs me and also that I need. But what is continuously giving trouble in all this relationship? This relationship will be developed when we trust in each other. Is in fact a standard of right and wrong and good and bad. And Bible is talking about that. Bible is the only book that teaches us the fruit of knowledge of good and evil is the one that spoils, that destroys the relationship of trust. First of all, between God and human beings, and also between human beings and human beings. Since Adam and Eve ate that fruit, Adam had to hide from God, wearing apron of fig leaves. And Adam and Eve, they already had problem from each other. Husband and wife that shouldn't have anything to hide from each other. Still, they found that they need to make something to cover their shameful part. This part is good. It is okay for me to show, but that part is not good. It would be better to cover. That kind of concept is based upon distrust and disbelief. I've been married to my wife for last, my God, 34 years. Still, I find out there are too much differences between my wife and I. And this difference is causing a lot of trouble. Because of that, we quarrel a lot. But we realize it had to be different. So when you go to the restaurant and choose a menu, actually, I prefer the quality and the quantity, but my wife prefers the quality. So my choice and my wife's choice cannot go together. What my wife focuses on and what I focus on is different. And basically, the nature, how we observe, how we respond, how we understand the things that are going on is basically different. Between man and woman, it has to be different. So it is necessary for us to overcome it. Like, I realized it took some time that ladies wants to feel something, while man just describes the fact. So even when we were children, since when you are children, when we show the cartoon movie to the boys and girls, then boys just described what they saw, the fact. So the mouse was running away, and the cat was chasing after this mouse, and this cat happened to buck up to a dog, and this dog gave a hard time to a cat. They just describe what they saw, the fact. But girls, they don't just describe the fact. They talk about, they describe the emotions. So cat was so upset and was chasing after the mouse. and this cat happened to buck up to a dog, and dog was so upset. Dog gave hard time to this cat. So cat was so sad and miserable. That is how the girl described the same thing they saw together with the boys. That is the difference between man and lady, male and female. They grew up. And when they grew up more, the difference is going to become more and more extreme. The conversation is almost hard, difficult. So it is almost impossible for a man to understand the lady. Sometimes I ask, when I first got married, my wife was changing the clothes, this and that, this and that. Honey, which one do I look better on? And I'm already stressed because I have to be careful to say, so this is a sensitive matter. So best answer I chose out of my mind was, honey, you are beautiful. You look good on anything you wear. And I expected that my wife would be happy, taking it as a compliment. And when I say this, many ladies just laugh. And when I ask men who are listening, for example, hey, brother, do you understand why these ladies are laughing? And soon later, while I'm driving, my wife didn't say any word. And when I wanted to talk to my wife, oh, honey, and I realized she was upset. Are you upset? Then my wife says, now you see that. Oh, why are you upset? You think about what you did. And I don't have any clue why she's upset. Just like most of the boys, most of the men who are listening, do you understand why my wife was upset? Especially younger generation, they don't understand until when they suffer enough with their wife. So after 3, 4, 5 years, I shouldn't say like that to her. Then the way how I respond is going to change. Like, oh, let me look at you closely. Turn around. Okay, where the other one? This one makes you look younger, but that one makes you look slimmer. I want you to wear this. Always choose the other one from what I choose. That's how it goes. So definitely, this difference is making people misinterpret the heart of the other, and it is causing trouble, difficulties with our own natural way of understanding the others, with my own way of understanding the heart of the other, my own way of interpreting, because I would expect the other persons to think and respond the same way as I do, and they are responding differently, and that makes me misinterpret their attitude. He doesn't care for me. He doesn't even want to look at me carefully. So he just, whatever you wear, it's okay. Like this. So when we ask, like, why are you upset? You think about what you did. That gives a lot of stress. So out of Bible, there is only one word. Bible says for a man to remember to become a very good husband. Love your wife. The most man does not know how to make their wife feel their love and care because of their nature as a man. I love you. Nothing more than that. But the other way also, this out of Bible, the only thing for a lady to remember to become a good wife is just to submit and obey. But most of the ladies cannot do that. And because they don't know why it is so critical and important. And also they don't have any intention to disrespect their husband. So they just want to like put all your opinion, my opinion, let's put it together and let's make the best choice. That is most of the time ladies' intention, but men already feel she doesn't want to listen to me. She want me to explain everything until when she is convinced, and then she is ready to agree and follow me. And men are already frustrated. This kind of things are going on between parents and children also. Many motivational speakers say, oh, we need to talk, we need conversation. But that conversation itself is already hard, because normally the only time children come to mother and want to talk to mother, when is it? When they need money, right? Only time they want to talk to the mother is when they need money. The only time when the mothers want to talk to the children, when is it? How many times did I tell you? I told you so many times, when you finish eating, you're supposed to just bring the plate into the sink. I'm not asking you to wash it. Just put it into the sink. Why do you leave it on the table and let all the flies in the town gather in the house? How many times did I tell you to make up the bed when you get up in the morning? How many times? You never listen. That is when the mother wants to talk to their children. So on the surface, children just wants the money from me. Mother is always upset to me. That is what they are going through in everyday life. And husband and wife. Husband always seems to be careless to the wives, according to their perception. Every wife seems to be just always to be the boss than be the follower, according to their perception. When they just observe the other, expecting what they want from the others in their way. Now that's why we need faith. My husband seems to be like that, but I know he just does not know how to express it, but he loves me. My wife seems to be like that, and she doesn't despise me. She doesn't look down upon me. And my expectation and my desire is too much. That is causing this misunderstanding, misinterpretation. Same way, my husband, he is like that, but deep inside of his heart, I know he loves me and cares for me. When you just look at our husband, he wants to be everything for everyone except me. It goes that way, but that's not true. When a husband and wife can discount their feeling and trust the others, parents and children also discount their feeling and trust the others beyond what they see, the relationship will definitely be much better than what they are going through. Definitely. Without this faith, it is almost impossible for a couple to be happy couple and parent and children to be happy family together. What about the relationship at work? Same. Relationship at work. especially in the company. Company is a company where people gather to do the same thing, two different work for the same purpose, to maximize the profit. And people think that they have to be successful. When I first joined this company, two persons, me and another person, came to this department. The director, when I said hi to him, director gave us a certain assignment. Hey, Mr. Kim and Mr. Joe, you're supposed to make research and report to me about the display industry now and our future strategy. And he gave us 1 week. When you're coming out of the director's room, you were thinking of same thing. I don't think I can make a report that satisfies the director, but at least mine has to be better than his. I think he must have thought the same thing. 3 days after that, I came to my manager and showed my plan, outframe, and how I am preparing it. And my manager gave me advice, and my manager corrected some part of it and directed me where to find the right information. At the time, we didn't have internet. It was a lot helpful. But when I was coming up from my manager's desk, my manager, by the way, Mr. Kim, yes, do you think the director is going to read what you report? Yeah. When he's not going to read it, why? But manager didn't want to say anything beyond that. And I couldn't understand. Thinking about that question, I couldn't solve that puzzle until the next morning, something flickered in my mind. If the director is not going to read what I write, then he must be watching how we are doing it. So when I arrived at work, I called that, hey, Mr. Joe, yeah, I have something to tell you. My manager told me, director is not going to read it. What? So I was thinking about it. Director is not going to read it. Manager should know that something we don't know. Then he is watching how we are doing it. So my suggestion is, he never told us that we have to do it separate. Let us do it together. Oh, okay. So we agreed each other. We did it together. And next Monday, we submitted our report in our both name, submitted. When he looked at it, he didn't even open it. Looked at it, he was so happy. Ha, 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 ha. You guys are going to have lunch together with me today. I'm so happy with you. And while we were having lunch, he was telling us, you guys, I know how you came here. You passed 14-1 competition to reach here. Okay. But in here, you guys don't compete each other. You should be the best friend to each other. If you think you have to be outstanding than the others, then you lose all the friends. You become alone. Anyone who tries to be the best already considers all the people around you as your potential enemy. That means you already don't belong to this company. You don't belong to anyone here. Then you will have to solve all the problems. You have to manage everything yourself. But look around. Company have to hire a lot of people for you in order to support you. We have to hire accounting team and general affair, human resource, and legal affair, and computer, and overseas liaison office, financing team. Company had to hire a lot of people that is to support you, to work with you and help you. You can never do anything better alone. Realize how to work together and learn it. That teaching was implanted inside of my heart. Even in the world, people talk about it. In the Gospel of John chapter 5, people around Bethesda pool, they can be the friend up to a certain point. They can share the food, they can buy ice cream for each other up to a certain point. But when they hear a sound of water moving, everybody turns into the competitor. There's no friends in that world. But the person who cannot come into the water by himself, the man who was in infirmary for 38 years, he cannot move unless he has somebody to move him to somewhere. He was the person that needed always friends, the help, mercy of somebody else. But he was the one that could meet Jesus. When we have good motivation, why we are doing this, when you are fully convinced, we have very good reason why we have to fully invest everything we have into it. And when I have very good motive, then people will gather around me. There will be a lot of people that wants to be together with me, and I can also be together with them. Secondly, we need a faith that can unite the people that has different standard, different way of understanding, respond, because that is how we are supposed to work together with the others. In the book of Romans chapter 7, Apostle Paul says, I do not know what I want to do, things that I wanted to do that I do not, things that I didn't want to do that I do, my, 50 times. Romans chapter 7, Apostle Paul was extremely miserable. Oh, wretched man that I am. At the end of Romans chapter 7, Apostle Paul said, who will deliver me from this sinful body of death? Amazing thing is, when he goes over to Romans chapter 8, there's therefore now no condemnation. And in chapter 8, Apostle Paul doesn't talk about I. Apostle Paul talks about we. For if God be for us, not me, if God be for us, who will be against us? It is God who justifies us. Who will accuse us? Nay, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. In chapter 8, Apostle Paul mentions only us. No more I. I am weak, but us is very powerful, strong. Anybody can fall, but when we have somebody that can raise us up again, he's a strong man. Thank you. That was the message that I wanted to share together with you today. If there's anybody who wants to ask questions, I would like to talk to you as much as I can.